Welcome to Great Camp McKee. We're going to start out with some little bit of tree identification. Right here on this side, right here, this guy, little tree right here that has these pinkish red flowers. This is an eastern redbud. If you look outside, you may see some of these along roadsides or in the back of your house or even in your neighbor's yard or your yard. Once they get their leaves out, they're the shape of a heart. And this is a very common native tree in the state of Kentucky that's flowering right now. Off to this side of me, right here, this is dogwood. It has a whitish flower, but some of them can have pink flowers. They're a little bit bigger than the eastern redbud, and their leaves are a little bit more of what they would call opposite. Now, an opposite leaf, we mean like this. If there's a leaf on this side of the limb, there's a leaf on this side. So they're opposite to each other. And the acronym to remember the opposite trees is MAD, which is maple, ash, and dogwood. All those trees will have opposite leaves and branching. Another tree that you can see above me, and I'm going to pull down so it makes it a little bit easier, is a Virginia pine tree. That's that big tree right here. A Virginia pine, to identify it, it has two needles that make a V. And it's a common tree in eastern Kentucky. Okay, at this location, right here, we have a couple of different tree species and some invasives that we're going to go over. So the first one right behind me is a native tree, and you can look at this paper thin bark. And this is liver birch. Now, a cool thing about the liver birch, if you're ever trying to make a campfire out in the outdoors, the thin bark like this is very flammable and good for fires. It's starting to leaf out right now, and I'll pull a little leaf off of them. And they look, getting close up to that camera, just about like this. They'll get bigger as the season gets on, but they're coming out right now. Another thing that we have right down here, which I'm going to pull a branch off of it, is an invasive species. The invasive, in this sense, means that it can grow very fast. And this one's a non-native invasive, which means it's not from the U.S. And it's called bush honeysuckle. A lot of people have seen this. If you're within the Lexington area or any of that kind of central Kentucky area, in some parts of eastern Kentucky, you will see this plant. So it's a non-native, and how you can identify it pretty easily, it has a really kind of pronounced leaf right there with a big drip tip. This tree, plant/bush tree, is originally from China and was brought over for being it produces a lot of red berries and some flowers that people like. And then our last one. Hello everyone. Right now I want to talk about something important for the state of Kentucky, is the fire season. The wild run fire season for Kentucky is from October the 1st until December 15th, and it starts back up through February the 15th through April 30th. During that time of the year, that's when in Kentucky, most likely, a fire can get out from your backyard and spread into the woods. And as a good steward of the land, we would like to have you all try to prevent that. So remember, when you're even out at your virtual campout, or in your backyard camping, or even here at Camp McKee, make sure when you're done with your fire, put it out and clean it out. And if there's an emergency, remember, call 911. And someone will come out and respond to put out that fire. So the next thing I want to tell you guys about, and one of the last things for today, is identifying trees can be hard if you don't know what they are. We went over a couple of them, but there are apps out there that can help you with this. And one I like to use is Seek by iNaturalist, and that is SEEK. The Seek app is a free app. You just have to sign up with an email. And when it loads up, and it will identify trees, plants, animals, anything about out there by using the camera on your phone and using it as a database. So I'm going to go on here and I'm going to get this tree right here and pop it on here. And this is a tree that I've seen before, but it's a black cherry. So this one, as you can see from my phone, identifies, tells you the species and everything about this. Now, while you're at your house doing this app will be a good way to identify trees if you don't know what they are.